Hello, this is Don from BlackToad Studio and welcome to the first Q&A episode. So guys, this is the first episode of the Q&A series, so thank you very much for all your questions. It's the first time we did a Q&A series, so let's begin. So the first question we've got, using my foot to navigate the comments, we have got Emperor's Path. Emperor's Path, great channel guys. We're going to put a link below, check them out. We've also got a battle planned for May against these guys, so make sure to check them out. And Emperor's Path have asked, if you could use a Citadel paint colour to describe yourself, what colour would it be and why? That is a very good question, and I would probably go with Agrax Earthshade, mainly because I use it a lot, and basically because it adds depth and sophistication to anything it's applied to. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's what I'm going with, that one there, Agrax Earthshade. All right, so I hope that question's good. That answer's good to your little question there. Next one is from Tattoo For You. Awesome guy. Once again, guys, check his channel out. Really nice guy. And yeah, great supporter of him. So yeah, good work, mate. Question is, what hopes do you have for the upcoming storyline in 40k? And which large Forge World kits would you like to see them attempt in plastic? So, first question is, what hopes do you have for the upcoming storyline in 40k? Well, really, I was kind of really against initially the Primarchs returning to 40k. Sorry, I'm just going to drink my tea. It's going to be a long video. But now they've brought Guilliman back from his supposed kind of coma, and he's recovered. I kind of hope that he brings a bit of stability to the Imperium. He doesn't build the Imperium too much, but I kind of think in 40k, up until this point, the Imperium's just been so grim and dark, and kind of it's always on the verge of destruction. So hopefully Guilliman will kind of bring back a bit of stability, a bit of hope, and we'll see a bit more of like the Great Crusade coming through again. So I think that'd be really awesome that the Imperium kind of comes back a little bit and goes back to building rather than constantly on the back foot. So for me, even though I'm mainly Chaos, it would be quite nice to see the Imperium have a bit of a comeback there. Right, so as for Forge World kits into plastic, not a big fan of massive kits myself, because I really love the battlefield strewn with infantry and tanks. And sometimes I think the big stuff, because it's quite points heavy, takes away from that. So I personally, I'm not too keen on big models, but if I did want a big model, it would possibly be either a Warhound or probably a Thunderhawk would be quite cool to see some Thunderhawks cruising around the battlefield and transporting people about. But a Warhound would be awesome. Tom's got one. They're massive. They're really rubbish, but they do look cool. So yeah, Warhound, definitely Warhound. Right, so let's check next question. Reed Harris, the Hellrain Brigade, can you take another Taurox or two as dedicated transports for your command squad or your scions in that formation? So basically, if the people aren't familiar with the formation, it's a command squad, an infantry squad, a commissar, and one of the Taurox primes. Because of the dedicated transports for the squads, I would say yes, but I could be wrong. So I would think you'd be able to upgrade it to have a Taurox prime in the command squads, but I could be wrong. So I don't know if that's helped or not. But because it is actually part of the upgrades, I would have thought yes. So I'm going to go with yes, but please prove me wrong otherwise. But I do like that formation, and I will be using it in future battle reports. I need to get the Tempestus out again and cause some chaos and death with them, because I really like the Militarum Tempestus. The problem is they do die a little bit. Next question is from Steve Kruger. With the 40k story finally moving forward, what you're hoping to see in terms of fluff and gameplay, as a Gathering Storm is supposed to lead to 8th edition? Yeah, so I think I covered that a bit before. So I kind of really hope that Guilliman brings a bit of stability back to the Imperium. The Imperium grows, and kind of it's not on its dying last legs. It's kind of building up again, and hopefully we'll see some more bigger characters coming back. Hopefully not all Primarchs. I'm happy. I'm content with possibly just Guilliman. No more Primarchs, please. That would be great. Possibly Chaos ones. Some of the Chaos ones are still going. So you've got like Portarabo, he's still about. Mortarion, I believe, was banished by the Grey Knights, so I don't think he's coming back for a while. Well, fluff-wise, he shouldn't be back. Of course, Lorgar would be awesome, coming out of his meditation and being a big word-bearer player. It'd be nice to see him back. I think that's a bit of a tangent. But overall, fluff-wise, I'd like to see the Imperium kind of come back a bit from the brink, and possibly see what happens to the Xenos as well. Be quite interesting. So as for gameplay, coming into 8th edition, part of what I want to see coming into 8th edition, what 8th edition should bring back, is that assault armies have a bit of a comeback. So you'll be able to do things like assault from outflank, or something from deep strike at the moment, because at the moment for a combat army, for instance World Eaters, or even Orcs, you just get butchered by ranged shooting armies, and it's really disheartening when the game's all about fun and narrative. So yeah, I'd really want to see a comeback for assault armies. I'm not saying nerf shooting armies, but definitely kind of bring back assault armies the best you possibly can. So I hope that kind of answers your question a little bit. Might do, might not. Idic Beer. So Idic Beer, check him out, guys. Awesome channel, does a lot for the community, and yeah, really nice guy. So Nick asks, what is your most memorable game ever and why? Good question, Nick. Possibly in recent games, possibly the one I took part in with Commissar Warwick, Imperial Guard versus Orcs. I put a link to Warwick and this battle report below. Really check him out, it's awesome. So a couple of years ago when we started the channel, I watched Warwick's first Apocalypse game with Orcs versus Imperium, and it was really good, guys. Really good channel. Go check him out. Once again, get another plug. Really liked it. Met up with Warwick a couple of times now. Really nice guy, and he invited us to his next Apocalypse game with Orcs versus Guard. And when he explained how many points he wanted, which was like 21,000 points of Guard and over 30,000 points of Orcs, when the Orcs can come back again. And this battlefield was immense. There's so much stuff, and gave me a chance to get most of my Guard out and play them in a single game. And it was, yeah, epic. It looked like a diorama when you walked into the room from a break, and it was just breathtaking to take part in. So hopefully, yeah, that's probably one of my most memorable ones. But yeah, there's loads of them. But at the moment, that's the one that comes to mind at the moment. So next question is from Major Chard Productions, a friend of the channel. So Sam asks, are you happy with all the new Chaos material supplements, or were you expecting more, say, a new codex? I am happy with Traitor Legion and Traitor's Hate. I was kind of happy with, and then they brought Traitor Legion out, which made Traitor's Hate a bit redundant. But I do like Traitor Legions. It's what Chaos needed. It's what Chaos deserve. It would have been nice if it was included in a codex, say like the Space Marine Codex, where you got all the chapter tactics, etc., etc. And I'm kind of hoping that Games Workshop have learnt from that, and in the new codex, if that ever appears, it's going to appear one day, they will include that all into one book. Because at the moment, playing Chaos, especially word bearers, I sometimes have to take 4 books. Four books to play one army. That's ridiculous. I have to get like my Demon Codex out to check my demons, which fair enough, my Chaos Space Marine one, my Traitors Legion one out to work out my word bearer rules and the formation details. And then if I'm using a Sakaran as well, got to get my Forge World one out, the Imperial Armor 13. And yeah, that's ridiculous. But I like the way it's going, as in next codex will hopefully kind of squish it all together and we'll get something really nice. So fingers crossed for that. So next question is from Scraggard. Lovely guy, lovely guy. We've had a couple of battles with him now. I think we've got another one coming out this weekend with Scrag. Go check his channel out, really nice army, and so really nice guy. And Scrag asks, what are the future plans for the channel? So, good question, Scrag. What we are planning, so in the foreseeable future at the moment, we have got a big 10,000 point game coming up. Myself versus Tom. Last year we played it, we did 7,500. It was really good fun. I'm having a rematch and the points have escalated, and yeah, really excited, looking forward to that. We also have a 20,000 point game with several players later in the year. The battlefield a bit different, the scenario is going to be a bit different, it's going to be really good fun and everyone's going to really pump for that. It's going to be awesome. So we've got Emperor's Path coming up as well. Looking forward to playing him. That's going to be a fun game. We have got a couple other little things in the pipeline can't talk about quite yet, but basically, yeah, we just want more battle reports coming up. We're looking forward to 8th. We're going to learn that through. 30k. I'm looking forward to starting a 30k army at some point. I know which Legion I'm going to pick. I'm going to leave it for now, but yeah, 30k Legion. I know which one I'm choosing. Tom's also choosing one as well, and hopefully we'll get a few games of that. The new Necromunda coming up as well. That looks cool. Really like Necromunda first time it was out, and I like that Games Workshop have brought it back with a different spin. The terrain looks nice, and yeah, loads of stuff actually. But loads of stuff coming up. So stay tuned, guys. Any suggestion what you want to see on the channel as well, please put a comment below, and we will look into it. So we're always open to suggestion, guys. Right, so last question I have is from Lee Hunt on Facebook, and it is there any army or team you no longer have for any game that you miss or wish you kept? Right, so quite a few games I played, quite a few armies I miss. So starting with Warhammer Fantasy, the very first game I played was Warhammer Fantasy. I think I was about 9 or 10 when I first started playing it, so quite a long time ago. And the army I really miss was my Skaven army. It was such a nice army. It had a lot of the special characters, pretty much every unit of some description. I had a big unit of storm vermin, about 25 or 30 metal storm vermin, and 20 plague monks as well. Really nice models, and really enjoyed like the layout of Fantasy as well, where you've got like mass lines of big chunky units, and the terrain's quite sparse, where you've got hills and a bit of forest there, and everyone's pushing forwards, and of course the enemy can quite obviously counter what you're doing. And yeah, I miss that about Fantasy, but that's, yeah, Skaven, definitely Skaven. Also my Chaos Dwarves. I miss the blunderbuss units and the Earthshaker cannon and the death, I can't remember, what was it, the rocket that fired. That was a really nice model. And yeah, really loved the aesthetics of Chaos Dwarves. For Necromunda, probably my Cawdor gang, because they were really nicely painted, and all the gang members I named after Reservoir Dogs at the time because I was really into it. I think I was about, must have been about 16, 17 when I used to play Necromunda, and really got into my Cawdor gang. Loved like the ammo rolls and stuff, and just the whole kind of cinematic feel you had from playing Necromunda with a dense terrain and not being able to see much. Really good, and I miss my Cawdor gang. That was one of my favourites. Gork and Morka, I had my Digger gang, and I miss the Diggers. So those who didn't play Gork and Morka was like a Mad Max game for orcs, and I played the Diggers, which were humans who wanted to be like orcs. So they'd like paint their faces green, and they'd go around in these old orc trucks, and they'd really look out oversized for what the Diggers were, and they had some really cool stuff. So yeah, I miss my Diggers. 40k, had so many armies, probably my orcs. Definitely my orcs. So I had a big orc army of probably about 5,000 to 6,000 points of orcs, and no super heavies. And it was all like mechanized, had bikes, had all different types of orcs, and it was just so awesome to play. So much fun. Even in small games, you'd have like your orc knob bikers charging into like Tyranid warriors, and just loads of Dakar everywhere, and you wouldn't care about orcs dying. You just like, I've got 10 more of them, I've got 20 more of them, just keep charging them in. And for me, orcs were, yeah, really miss my orcs. That was probably the thing. The 40k army I missed the most. I sold it because basically I made such a big collection, and then I realised I had only painted like 10 orc boys, and I had 6,000 points of orcs to paint, and it was really demoralising. You just look at this big blob of grey and you're like, I'm never going to get through that, and I want more toys, so I have to keep doing it. I'm always going to be in a back foot. So I possibly might do orcs again in the future, and I definitely have learnt from my mistakes. Do not buy a massive army and never paint it, because it's just really annoying. Right, so that is all my questions for now. So guys, please keep this series going, because I enjoy answering your questions, and hopefully you enjoy listening to my kind of ranting on and ramblings. So put more questions below. Like I said, I'm going to ask you guys a question every episode as well, and please answer it in the comments if you want to. You don't have to, but it's kind of like both ways. So my question is, how many games of 40k or fantasy or whatever do you think you can consecutively play in a row before your brain turns to mush and you want to lie down under a table? So please answer that below, and the reasons behind that. So guys, the question from the very first episode was to name the series and name the beautiful chair here. And we had lots of suggestions, some really good ones, some not so good ones, but all generally quite funny, and I really enjoyed them. So the winner is, for naming this series, is Sit and Toad from Emperor's Path. Thank you very much for that suggestion. And the name of the main star of the chair is Baron Redback from Lee Hunt on Facebook. I really like it. It's Danger Mousey and it's cool. So thank you very much for that. So anyway, guys, this is Dom from BlackToad Studios. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.